Welcome to the Complete Story of Amaterasu. Amaterasu is the most famous of the deities in the Japanese mythos. Amaterasu, also called Amaterasu Omikami, is the sun goddess of Japan. She is one of the first beings and one of the most powerful deities in Japanese literature. She is portrayed in Japan's earliest literary texts, the Kojiki and Nihon Shoki, as the ruler of the heavenly realm, Takagamahara. She is also believed to have ruled over the imperial house of Japan, along with her grandson Ninigi. Amaterasu, along with her siblings Tsukuyomi, the goddess of night and the moon, and Susanoo, the god of storm and seas, are called the three precious children and are the three most important offsprings of the creator god Izanagi. The chief place of worshipping Amaterasu is the Grand Shrine of Ise in Ise, Mei Prefecture. It is one of the holiest sites in Japan and also a major pilgrimage center and tourist spot. She, along with all her other kami or gods, are enshrined in a number of Shinto shrines all over Japan. In both the Kojiki and Nihon Shoki scriptures, it is written that Amaterasu, along with Tsukuyomi and Susanoo, are the offsprings of Izanagi, the god of all creations. It is said that out of all the gods created by Izanagi, these three siblings were amongst the most powerful and ruled over all other deities. However, the way the three precious children were born are different in both the scriptures. According to Kojiki, the siblings were born when Izanagi, their father, went to the river mouth of Tachibana in Himuka and bathed in the river to purify himself. Just before this, Izanagi went to Yomi, the underworld, in an attempt to rescue his wife, Izanami, who had previously died and was sent to the underworld. The attempt was unsuccessful and Izanagi returned to the world of the living. After returning to purify himself from the evil spirits of the underworld, he bathed in the river. Amaterasu was born when Izanagi washed his left eye, Tsukuyomi was born when he washed his right eye, and Susanoo was born when he washed his nose. According to Nihon Shoki, Izanagi and Izanami made all the gods. They created all the gods to rule over all aspects of life. They then created the 8 islands of Japan with the rivers, mountains, herbs, and trees. After creating all of this, both Izanagi and Izanami consulted together, saying, "We now have produced the 8 islands. Why should we not produce who shall be the Lord of the universe?" After which they then produced the sun goddess to look over all the lands, along with her siblings. This is how in Nihon Shoki the birth of the three precious children took place. Another version of the myth suggests that Izanagi gave rise to Amaterasu by holding a bronze mirror in his left hand, Tsukuyomi by holding another mirror in his right hand, and Susanoo by turning his head sideways. The relationship between the three siblings was not very good. Each of them reigned over certain parts of the universe, but hardly ever crossed paths. Amaterasu reigned over the heavens and was considered the leader of the three. One of the stories with Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi goes like this. One day, Amaterasu asked her brother Tsukuyomi to visit the goddess Ukemochi. Ukemochi prepared a banquet for Tsukuyomi, but when Tsukuyomi learned that the banquet was prepared by Ukemochi vomiting on the plates, angered the god of the moon, and in that anger slew Ukemochi. After returning to the heavenly realm, Tsukuyomi told about what happened. But the actions of Tsukuyomi angered Amaterasu. She split away from her brother and thus separating the nights from the days. Amaterasu later sends another god by the name of Ameno Kumahito, who found that various food crops and animals were emerging from the corpse of Ukemochi. Amaterasu had the grains collected and sewn for humanity's use and put the silkworms in her mouth and weaved threads from them. This was the birth of agriculture and sericulture. These accounts are found in the Nihon Shoki, but similar versions are found in the Kojiki, but with Susanoo and Ogetsuhime. One of the most popular stories of Amaterasu is the story where she went inside a cave in anger and thus blocked the sun for the universe. Susanoo, her youngest brother, caused a lot of trouble to her and her siblings as well as her father. Because of that, Izanagi, the father of Susanoo and Amaterasu, banished Susanoo from the realm. This angered Susanoo and he started causing a rampage. This rampage caused a lot of destructions in the heavens, which also included the home of Amaterasu. In some scriptures, it is noted that during this rampage, Susanoo destroyed the home of Amaterasu, and in that destruction also took the life of one of Amaterasu's friend and a fellow goddess. This upset her so much that she went and took shelter in a cave called Ame no Iwato, away from all the realms. Due to this, the sun was blocked and there was no light in the realm. This caused a lot of chaos among all the living beings. The gods tried many different tactics to lure out Amaterasu of the cave, but every one of those ideas failed. They tried dancing in front of the cave door. They tried to make her laugh, but each of those ideas failed. They even tried to uproot the very tree that was on top of the cave, but that failed too. Tired, the gods, primarily Ame no Uzume, came up with a very genius idea. She danced a very comical dance and asked every god and goddess that were present outside the cave to laugh as hard as they could. The gods and the goddesses complied. They laughed as hard as they could. Hearing this made Amaterasu very confused. She thought that her absence would make others feel sad. The other gods said that another god who was more powerful and more beautiful than her has appeared. This made them laugh in joy. Curious about who it could be that could make everyone feel such joy, she peeked out of the cave. As soon as she peeked, the gods seized the opportunity and blocked the entrance of the gate with a mirror. When Amaterasu turned back, the mirror reflected her majestic form, her beauty and her brilliance. Amaterasu admired her form in the mirror and stepped out of the cave, bringing back the warmth and light of the sun with her. The gods also sealed the cave so that Amaterasu could not go back inside. Due to all this commotion that was caused by Susanoo, he was banished to earth. Here, he killed the giant serpent Yamato no Orochi to rescue the goddess Kushinada Hime. Susanoo eventually ends up marrying her. From the carcass of the serpent, Susanoo found a sword which he named Ame no Murakomo no Tsurugi, Sword of Gathering Clouds of Heaven, also called Kusanagi no Tsurugi, Grass-Cutting Sword. He gifted the sword to Amaterasu as a consolatory gift for his actions. The story of Amaterasu embodies the power of light, the importance of balance, and the resilience to overcome darkness. Her tale showcases her role as the benevolent and divine figure that sustains life and prosperity, and her influence is deeply woven into the cultural and religious fabric of Japan. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this, check out some of my previous videos as well. Also, subscribe and help me reach 1000 subs.